Hello! Welcome to the Backlog Podcast, a new experiment we're trying that both our members and subscribers can join. The idea is simple. Once a month-ish, we decide who gets to choose the game we all play and all play through it by next meeting to discuss and talk about it. The idea being to get games we haven't played off our backlog while also having other people to share our thoughts and experiences with as we play. This being said, there are a few rules for picking games. First off, we want to be fair and let everyone have a go, so we decide randomly from who hasn't picked each month by spinning a wheel, until everyone has had a go, and then we start the cycle back over again. Second, we try to pick games we both haven't played but own, and are not going to be a hassle for others to get. We're not looking to emulate games, but we don't want to drop a fortune to buy one game. So making it easy to access or having it on a system that everyone owns is preferable. Lastly, we want games that won't be too time-consuming, though this one is more open to interpretation. With all that settled, our first game we have to start off this show is a little game called Chrono, the PS1 sequel to the iconic Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo, available on modern systems thanks to the Radical Dreamers edition, which includes the formerly Japan-only Radical Dreamers text adventure game from the Super Famicom, as well as some quality-of-life updates to speed up the experience for players. However, this one is a bit of a longer title, so this is actually part 1 of 2 for our discussion of the game. Look forward to part 2 soon, and let's begin. Welcome everybody to the Backlog Podcast, the podcast that asks all the important questions, namely, why are there so many video games and why do we keep buying them? We can't finish the ones we already have, which is why we're doing this podcast to begin with. I am your host for this episode, Sub-07. I'm joined currently by Arrow Dragon, Cyborg Lucario, MGM, and Triforce of Doom, and this is a bit of an experiment for us. This is kind of our first time trying something like this, so we're gonna see how this goes. Say hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
I need to stop being, specific about what to say. God damn it.
Got
Alright. But yeah, to be more specific, this is the Backlog Podcast where the whole idea is we actually, work on that backlog we've built up over time. God damn it, there's so many games on this list. And that would probably be the best for some people. Some more than others. It's me. I'm the person. I'm the one that needs it.
Also me.
Yeah.
Also
Indeed.
me.
Yeah.
Me
Now,
too,
unfortunately,
honestly.
there is the unfortunate side effect of this podcast of playing games we've never played before and never bought before.
Yeah,
So,
that can also
much
be
as the
something.
case with this first game that Sub cursed us with.
You're welcome. I had already owned this game, but I bought a second version for the sake of this. It'd be a lot easier to have access to and talk about. So we're starting with a bit of an obscure one for some people. Everyone knows the ever-eternal classic for JRPGs, Chrono Trigger, but not everyone's played its rather out-there sequel, Chrono Cross, for the PlayStation, or specifically Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition, released on modern systems as of this time in recording.
Indeed.
It's an odd little game, and it is kind of a sequel, kind of not. It's got a couple things that tie it to Trigger, mostly more stuff that was added in the DS remake of Chrono Trigger. And Radical Dreamers is a whole other thing that we don't really even need to talk about if we don't want to, but if you guys want to talk about it,
I was touching it after credits.
fair.
I'm touching it after credits.
Yeah, it's
I'm also touching it after credits.
yeah, it's a really obscure piece of media that was a teleview only as a kind of pseudo sequel to Trigger before Cross, and it's text only, so it's something we'll go with. Very strange.
It's a Japanese text adventure.
Yeah.
Basically a visual novel of sorts.
Well, without the visual, or in other words,
Yeah, I was not visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an odd little game, but it's still at least cool that they did put that with the original game, so we actually have the way to access it without just emulation.
Game preservation!
Yeah.
It's only so effective, but you know what? We'll take it when we can get it.
Which, on that note of game preservation, might as well just start with a nice little thing they have in the settings, is the ability to switch between the old and the new remastered graphics, which I was playing with the remastered for a bit, but then Fran was complaining about the portraits when I was screen sharing it in a voice chat. It's like, okay, let's just check out the old graphics. Oh yeah, that looks way better for me.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the remastered, honestly. It looks fine to me.
The remaster
I'm fine
looks
with it as
okay.
well. I tried the old graphics. It got a little too grainy for me.
Yeah, that was my issue when I tried it.
Yeah.
Haven't tried all the graphics yet, but considering how
For me,
these games are, yeah,
Yeah.
might try it out later.
Old
Yeah,
like PS1 era games can be kind of hit or miss with their graphics. I'm glad there's at least an option for the remaster or not.
Yeah.
Indeed.
For me, the big thing was the saturation of the portraits was a little high on the remaster.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
it's a little high.
Eh,
Yeah.
what it is.
It's not as bad as it could
Like-
be. I've seen worse with that sort of thing, but yeah, it's noticeable.
Like the saturation makes you actively lose some of the details in the original art.
Yeah.
I get it.
Anyways,
I do also.
where should we start?
Oh. keep going with that thought. You just said where should we start, right?
Yeah, maybe we should start with how the game starts.
I mean, usually you start at the beginning, and when you get to the end, you stop. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, the beginning starts in the middle.
Yes,
Kind of.
actually, which is a choice we'll go with.
yeah, so you're with two other people going up a tower, and then suddenly flashback.
And it turns out it was all a dream.
And also trippy cutscenes, like the straight up the intro reminds me of Kingdom Hearts a little bit.
A little bit.
Mhm.
I don't know
A
if
little
Nomura
bit, I
had his
can see
hands
that.
on this game. He might have at this point.
Well, Nomura definitely worked on Chrono Trigger.
I think
So
he was
maybe
just a
he
character
just, like-
designer, though. He didn't touch the plot at all.
I am going to look this up real quick.
Because Nomura was part of like creature design by that point, because he worked on monster design for Final Fantasy VI. I just don't know if he would have done like plot stuff for Trigger at the time.
I mean, maybe he just really liked the plot that they wrote.
I mean, maybe. It's possible.
Anyways,
And the-
then, shortly after time with friend, there is now parallel timeline happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're dead, but you're all
In
alive.
this one. Well, you're dead in this one.
Yeah. It's a bit
Yeah,
of an
that-
odd
that-
story to explain, in that it really doesn't make sense even when you're watching, because it's like, what just happened? Like, reality distorts, reforms, and next thing you know, you're being told, oh, by the way, you were dead 10 years ago. What?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the game just starts with throwing you questions.
Yeah.
And then
it does answer the questions as you go on, and it does help that the two timeline thing does have a tangible effect. Like the last mission either we're on or we just did up to this point is we have to go to the other timeline to find a Hydra to kill.
Oh yeah, and for clarity speaking, we haven't finished this game currently as of this point. We're probably gonna do a part 2 for this, where either we have finished or we're in endgame, just so we can have like a better sense of what this game feels like, because this is only like a couple hours into the game for everybody. But yeah, they're definitely playing a lot more fast and loose with time manipulation in this game compared to Trigger, which was purely going forward and back, with some events influencing the future or past, not all timelines like this one.
Hopefully we don't cause any paradoxes accidentally.
that priest, when he went on that fucking rant, just sounded like straight conspiracy theorist. That sounded like the Mandela effect.
I mean, people literally were talking about you like you were a ghost, so that kind of fits
Yeah,
the tone.
that's true.
True. I'm just saying, it's
MGM,
just
MGM, your own girlfriend does not remember you.
yes. Oh, fun fact, I got her as a party member.
Oh, so someone did get her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that is.
I said no as a joke, and now I got her and a giant dog that reminds me of Fawn.
So,
I'll have to
on
keep
that
that in mind.
Yeah, no. So on that note, might as well, because we've already touched on this, might as well mention how party members in this game work.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Your choices matter.
So you can actually wind
Yeah.
up with party members completely different from other people playing the game. There's a lot of characters you can get. There's not a party of like 7 max like in Trigger. There's like at least 20.
There is missable content though.
Yeah. Which actually
You can't
kind
get
of
everybody.
Which that's both a blessing and a curse, because on one hand you're gonna have a playthrough that's gonna be different from everybody else's, and it encourage you to play the game multiple times. On the other hand, missing out on party members sucks. No matter how you slice it.
Honestly,
A
I
little
think it's
bit.
interesting because it at least encourages you to play again to see what choices you can
Yeah, it
change.
does. Like I said, it is overall good, but there's some bad that comes alongside
It's sort of like what Bravely Second does with its asterisk job choice system, where you get into an argument with 2 bosses, and depending on who you side with, you get the job class from the other one. But you have to pick and choose
That is
which one you want.
hilarious.
And if,
So, yeah,
and if you don't know, now you know. Don't look up anything else about that. Bravely Second is great. Go play it.
Good to
Yeah,
know.
Yeah,
anyways,
But yeah, with the party member stuff, like for the first example that MGM mentioned there, after the first accidental timeline jump, you go up to where your grave apparently is, and get ambushed by some night guys like that are called dragoons. And then the girl from the intro mission bit shows up, decides to help you out, and asks, hey, you want to tag along with me to figure out what's going on? And you get the option of yes or no. Most people playing RPGs would probably expect to just go wrap back around with her to her joining you eventually anyway.
That's what I expected.
Yeah,
Me
no.
too.
If you say no, I know this from talking with other friend. If you say no, she will fuck off, and then you can team up with your, I guess now not exactly girlfriend.
Oh,
That's
Interesting.
and there are probably a bunch of other examples like that.
And a dog.
So yeah, this is very much a game where decisions can branch out the timeline in ways you might not have expected. If you're used to games like Paper Mario that always railroad you to a choice, or just like kill you if you fuck up too many times with decision making, no, this is completely different.
Yeah, which it's interesting. Like, there's never anything wrong with simple binary choices, but to have like dynamic choices that affect the world around you and affect who goes alongside you, affect abilities, that's also really cool. And it's something we don't really see in games that much these days.
Yeah, it's
I
hard
did
to do,
look
like,
up at how long to beat, and the game is roughly 30 hours. So
Yeah,
it's
so there
it's
is
like
more hours for extra
short.
content apparently. If for an
It is
RPG,
short,
30
yeah.
hours
I'd
isn't
say
too
that's
bad.
more average for an RPG, if I'm being honest.
I'd say 30 hours is
Eh.
about average, a little lighter though, because I usually think of like 50 hours for an RPG.
Yeah,
Yes.
but anyway, yeah. The whole thing kind of reminds me of Trials of Mana, which I played last year, where you have a decision at the start which encourages you to play the game more, and the game is shorter to compensate for that.
Interesting.
I wrote extensive notes, and I've just noticed there are like some parallels, like the fact. Do we pronounce him Sergey or Serge?
I think it's Serge because someone pronounces you Sergey with a Y at the end, but that's also like they'll do that regardless of what name you pick, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, like
I
I
know
was
it's
called
that.
I was called Triforce.
Yeah,
I
there's
was
no
Arrow
voice
E.
acting in Chrono Cross, so it's hard to tell.
I just went with search.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
Which on that note, might as well just quickly mention the weird thing with party members, honestly, for me, is that like the first two you can technically get, which are yourself and Kid, it would make sense to nickname them because protag and Kid is very clearly a pseudonym.
and girl on cover of box.
Yeah, Deuteragonist.
But all the other party members I've seen so far, they are given a canon name before they join your party, meaning before the name screen shows up.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like, hi, I'm insert name here. How are you doing? Would you like to change this name? What?
it's kind of like what Final Fantasy IX did, honestly.
I'm not sure. I haven't played 9 myself. Also,
I mean,
for
that's
clarity
no
with the
idea.
Tetsuya Nomura thing, apparently Nomura did not touch Cross. He crossed Trigger, but only as a
Yeah.
field graphics designer.
He might be a fan of Cross at least.
I mean, I guess, but he didn't touch it. He was too busy on FF.
Look, there's a lot of water symbolism in both games.
Anyways,
Symbolism. Oh,
I mean, there's also water symbolism in Final Fantasy X, so what do you want? That was a lot of water.
Water
Yeah.
symbolism is a thing.
yeah.
Water
anyways,
and water and water.
How about those jaguar noises whenever something trippy happens?
That's true. That does happen a lot.
Yeah,
I'd like that it's specifically just a jaguar noise. It's just weird.
it is weird.
Even though I'm pretty sure the main antagonist so far is a cat man, so I don't
Pretty
know.
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
But that's for another time.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways, since we're on the topic of party members, how about we talk about how combat works?
Combat is,
Ah.
for the most
It's
part,
a little funky.
It takes a bit to explain, but because like you get thrown into the game in the middle, so you don't fully understand what's going on. But I think the game does a pretty decent job explaining it after that when you get to the opening town, because it's a
Yeah.
weird system, but it kind of makes sense of you build up more and more attacks, stacking lighter, medium, and harder attacks that you can also offset by using magic.
Yeah, and you also the elements work and have an interesting stacking effect where the more one color is used, the stronger it gets.
Yeah. Plus, magic also complements and counteracts itself. Like you'll have counterparts white and black. What was it, blue and yellow, or was it blue and
Blue and
different-
red.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Red.
Yep. Yeah, basically fire, ice, lightning, wind, light, dark.
yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty interesting once you get the hang of it, but there is a bit of a learning curve to adjust
Yeah.
to.
There is also the fact that
there's
you can
also
actually
one other
apply
thing-
element colors to different enemies to change what they are, so you can make them weak to certain statuses, which is kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, but
Which I love how they teach you that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Those fucking
where they do
idiots.
it by accident. But yeah, you use standard attacks to build up your element gauge, and then use your element attacks. But the tricky thing is that each element in your character's repertoire is only good once during a battle, so you have to be careful with how you use them.
Unless it's a
Except for
consumable item, which is
consumables.
different. Because
Yeah,
consumables
but
fall
that-
under their
but
own
that-
category.
Yeah, which I don't use that much, if I'm being honest.
They can be useful for either building up the element gauge, or if you just want a good healing item, you can use it multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, individual
And also-
characters have their
also
own
every
unique
character
skills they
has-
can use.
Yeah, also every character has their own special attack, which I have found them to be all that strong. Like Nikki's grand finale is just pathetic.
Honestly, Giles has been really good because he just throws a
Oh,
stick
yeah.
through time and crashes it into you, and it's for some reason hits really hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that stick is the
it's
strongest
good.
attack I've found so far.
Yeah, I do like this. I do like the signature attacks because it gives everyone an element to work towards if you want to build around it.
True.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you can technically build
Yeah.
characters however you want in terms of the magic system. There's no downside to putting magic of a certain kind on them, thankfully.
Yeah, and you can also have multiple of the same element on them if you want,
Yeah.
assuming you have multiples of said element.
Which can help for stacking.
Just be careful with that with certain enemy combinations, or you will have a harder time with resistances.
Yep.
Hmm. True.
But yeah, I do find it a little funny how, despite there being a very clear little color circle in the text chest earlier, I believe Arrow wondering how the hell you find out the weakness of an enemy.
Yeah, it took me
Yeah.
a little bit to realize that I clearly marked.
Yeah.
Uh,
It doesn't, like, tell you, but if you look at it, it's like, wait, oh, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
the enemies have weaknesses?
Yeah, all the enemies are color-coded. Like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like MGM. You remember those guys when those guys were like, "Wait, this guy's white color. Let's use the black magic on him. You just turn black." You can see a little innate colored circle on the enemy's profile thing when you're targeting them, and that's what the color they are.
Right, I figured that. I just didn't realize there was an actual weakness system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking
we
about.
mentioned it earlier.
Opposite
the
elements
color-
are weak. So blue
Yeah.
and red are weak to one another. Yellow and green are weak to one another, and white and black are weak to one another.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a mutual thing instead of a circle. Okay,
Yeah, it's not a circle. It's
Yeah,
3 pairs, and they resist their own color.
got it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Got it.
Something else I find really cool is that you can actually swap who's attacking during your turn as long as they have the stamina to do so.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool because it lets you build up your different character's element gauge to attack in different ways.
I think it's a better
Yeah.
use of
The
the stamina
one-
system as well than in some other RPGs because it feels more like, okay, it makes sense why we're taking a bit to recharge because we just got done with a combo on someone.
But
Yeah.
my-
Which,
one
on
thing
that
I-
note, one thing I'm still confused on is how do you tell when the enemy's turn is happening?
You don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they always attack at some point after you attack. They don't ever interrupt your turn, which is
Yeah,
nice.
you get to
I
go
think
first,
missing
but then it
kinda
seems to be
uses
like
up-
timing is based off everyone else, like having a certain point. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Also, okay, one gripe I do have with the battle system though is that you need to hit enemies to build up your element gauge, and I swear to God, those hit percentages are not accurate because I've missed an 80% attack 3 times in a row.
Fire Emblem.
It's Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Math.
It's Fire Emblem.
XCOM.
Oh,
Or
you know what?
XCOM,
Yeah, that is fair. It is XCOM. XCOM. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Pretty much, except nowhere near as brutal as XCOM.
Yeah, because at least you can
As
revive
far
them
as
in
we
XCOM.
know.
I hope there's no permadeath in Chrono Cross.
Arrow, I gotta ask, how often are you going for the level 2 and 3 melees?
Pretty often. Like I usually use level 2 and 3 at the start of a battle to get a quick start.
No, that's not what you do. You use your level 1s to start, and once you've used the level 1s once or twice, that's when you go for the 2s and 3s.
No, my game plan is usually to build up an element gauge first, and then use a weaker element to start the chain and to have an element
Arrow,
gauge left over.
use
to
your
follow.
luck at the start anyways, because like 1 or 2 level 1s and then level 2 or 3 will easily get you the element gauge you need.
Personally, I just went
Again,
for like weak attacks, and then I instantly went to the strongest magic, and I usually smite the field. Unless it's a boss fight, then I start like chipping away at them with weaker spells.
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And speaking of the boss fights, they're honestly pretty interesting in how they've challenged you. You know.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
more puzzles than I would expect, which I appreciate at least.
Yeah, like they really force you to get creative with the element system, especially considering how they can disrupt your element stacking if you're not careful.
I will admit as well, I love the stupid enemy names in Cross. Beach Bum is my favorite so far.
I wonder if bosses, you can fight different bosses depending on your choices as well. That's something I'm curious about.
Honestly,
Probably. Like, I don't know if we're at the point in the game where that matters, but like MGM, for example, didn't recruit kids, so I don't know how that's gonna go for
Yeah.
him.
Oh, she came back in the middle of the city, Termina.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh.
You can refuse her again, and I'm pretty sure if you do that again, she's gone from the party forever.
Oh. I mean, at that point, that's your own fault for refusing her twice.
Yeah. But on the plus side, Kid is one of the better.
She does give you the teleporter, even though at least though, so that works out.
True. I have had the only party members that I have so far, aside from the boat guy, who I totally forget the name of still.
Korcha.
Yeah. It's Kit and it's Guile, who is just constantly hovering around me at all times, and I'm like, I don't know why you're doing this, but you know what? Godspeed, you're helpful.
Who is Guile? I don't know if I've run into him.
Man
He's
in
a
the mask who you
white-haired
found at the
dude
bar.
that you find in a bar.
You just find him at the bar when you show up on the island. It is great.
He's like openly ruminating on breaking into Viper Manor, which is something you need to do later.
And if you tell him that you're gonna do that, he's like, "Sweet, I'll join you."
I don't think
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that.
I think I talked. I don't know if I talked to him enough to get the choice because I did not realize.
Triforce, who did you take? Who took you to Viper Manor?
Well, I ran into the people in the band. They mentioned one of their bandmates was missing. I agreed to help look for him, and I found him in the forest on the way to the manor.
that checks out with me too.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I went to the
Yeah,
bar
I
first,
get-
and I stumbled across.
I think that's one of those story choices. There's multiple people that can take you to the manor.
Sweet. So that actually does answer my
So if
question
you-
earlier. That because there is a boss you fight in the forest. So if you went a different way to get into Viper Mansion, you would probably fight something different.
Yeah, because I went.
I think-
Yeah,
I went
no.
to the
See,
mansion
when I
through the
took
boat.
Guile, when I took Guile, we took the boat. We went up a cliff and we fought a dude that was throwing rocks at
Yeah,
us.
that's what we did.
Yeah, Travis and I went through the forest
Oh.
and fought this huge plant thing.
Yeah, I never encountered a plant.
No. Here's the funny thing,
That's
Arrow. I was prepped for that fight with the plant thing, but I apparently gave it just the right colored fruit that it shrunk down and ran the fuck away.
Meanwhile, whenever I visit that forest, that plant is asleep and never wakes up.
Oh.
What it is Nikki will tell you how to wake it up,
Yeah.
and then I guess whatever color fruit you give it is determines whether you fight it or not.
Oh, so it's like the roulette chest, where if you pick the right one, the fight just ends.
Yeah, and I thought it was feed all three, and I fucked up on the speed of one, so I went to the one furthest away. And I guess the one furthest away makes you skip the fight with it.
Interesting.
Which, by the way, I like how there isn't a hard EXP system and you.
Did anyone find a skull?
Yeah, I did.
I found the shoulder bones. If that helps.
I found a pelvis.
I think I found some sort of bone. I
Me
don't
too.
remember.
And a rib cage.
I found some kind of bone. I forget what bone it was.
It's
though.
been a few days since I
Anyways.
last played Cross, so I'm not entirely
Yeah, same
sure.
here.
Yeah, same as playing Ragnarok.
Anyways, I like there isn't an EXP system. Instead, you just get You can just get stats at the end of battles because it makes it so if you don't fight a boss, no big deal. And if
Yeah.
a party member falls, also not a huge deal.
And
just miss out on
thankfully,
some
it's
stats.
not a weapon get better system like FF2 tries to do. It feels more natural because it's just your physical perks getting better.
Yeah,
Or does anyone else-
most of the time you'll just get HP off battles, and then after bigger battles, you'll get more HP, and then
Or you'll
once
get a
every other
magic gauge
stat.
boost, which is nice.
Yeah, and like certain and I think X amount of major battles will also is what gives you the stars that up your element amounts.
Right,
Yeah.
that's true.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we want to talk about with Chrono Cross up to this
There
point.
is some UI stuff as well that was in the remaster that we have, such as a fast forward button, thank God, and a slow down button.
Yay!
The
Also
slow
an
down button
auto
is
play
hilarious.
and also an auto battler, which is nice.
Yeah, if you don't want to do
on that-
front bites, you can just turn
I
that on and
used
go.
the battle, but I guess that's
Wait,
good.
True.
Which, on that note, I remember you guys in the text chat mentioning being very glad the slowdown button existed for a thing. What thing?
Oh,
Oh, there's a mini game.
yeah, there's a minigame in Viper Manor specifically. I don't know if you guys encountered it because you didn't. You said you cut through the forest and didn't climb up the
Yeah,
cliffside.
so I didn't see it.
What happens is you infiltrate the back where essentially like their cavalry is stored, and you have to play a minigame
Their
where you gotta
horses-
feed the, you gotta
horses
feed the
cooking
horses.
first.
Oh, I did
Horse
have
feeding.
that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I cleared the feed 40 of them
Yeah,
or
I also
something.
did 40.
You get something for
Yeah,
clearing
the
100.
100 slow down. Using the slowdown button on the 100 is actually super useful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got something pretty good off the 40, so I wasn't complaining too
Oh
much.
yeah.
You get something better for
Yeah.
100.
I mean, obviously, but I didn't trust my odds.
Yeah.
I did not feel like going through 100 feet.
But yeah, apparently if you use the slowdown button, it makes that section a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was-
Turns out
Because
there's
you
just
instantly
useful
move
things.
around, so it's just like, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, before I forget, was there an option to use remastered music? I don't remember if there was a feature for that.
I don't think.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I just saw
I don't think
graphics.
so.
Because I remember there was for graphics. I'm like, I don't remember if there was for music because that was something like the Pixel remasters had, but I wasn't 100% on if this game had that too.
Speaking of, I do enjoy the pepper and salt theme.
Yeah.
It's a very solid goon theme. Reminds me of the peons from Pokemon XD.
a little bit. I can see it.
On that note, I still love what my first impression was, where I went from, oh, okay, so these guys are just going to be the consistent thorn in our sides that are going to give us trouble. Oh,
No.
wait, nope, they're
No.
Team Rocket.
They're goobers.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Also, I was wrong. Beach Bum is not my favorite enemy. It's Gobbledygook.
Oh yeah.
Okay, on the cliff, there's a very specific enemy called a Loch Ness.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh my
Look at
god.
The
this.
enemy design in this game is pretty good.
The names are great. Like, I normally give shit, but Chrono Trigger and Cross both have great enemy names.
Okay, so there's two things I want to bring up. One, who here's played Chrono Trigger before?
Yes.
I have.
I have.
Okay.
I never beat it. I got partway through the DS version.
Okay.
Okay, so does anyone else think that the terminal looks like the future towns?
Oh.
The big dome towns from the future?
Future?
Yeah.
Not.
I don't think
not
so, but I can
really.
see how you get that. You were saying, Alex?
Anyways,
That's all I can think of.
Cyborg, you had something to say?
I haven't considered anything interesting. But say probably haven't more the further I get into the game.
Ah, gotcha. Just wanted to make sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did anyone
I
else
mean,
have
I'm
any?
doing
Like,
it,
did anyone
the
have any
game's so
issues
far.
playing as well? That's an important question.
It's a Switch version thing or something, but I would have the occasional double inputs hit.
That
that happens sometimes.
I don't think I've
yeah,
encountered that
that's-
issue yet. I've been careful about that.
That might
Let's
just
see.
be an emulation quirk.
So who visited the mansion in Termina?
I haven't gotten to Termina yet. Like, I think I stopped in the overworld just before it.
I visited the mansion in Termina. I saw the painter Van Gogh.
No,
Oh, yeah,
he's Van's son of Go.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. Indeed.
I did run into him. Yeah.
I am
I don't,
Tarzan.
I, I don't know.
Shapes.
I don't know what the point of it was, but it happened.
I'm assuming any character with a portrait is someone you can recruit in the future at some point in the plot,
It's possible.
That would make sense.
including villains. Even though I'm not sure how that's possible
That might
right
just
now.
it might just be major characters for portraits as well.
But what about the random shopkeeper girl that has a portrait?
Shopkeepers are major characters in this game. Who knows?
Yeah.
Not all of them, only
We
her.
won't know until we find out. We got 25 hours to go. I don't know.
Anyways, let's see. Boss that I ran into with Guile, that fucking bird.
That's that
Bird
fucking
man,
bird that I
mower
hate.
man.
Oh yeah. That can be too ricky.
Was that on the
Let's see
flip
that.
side or was that like after the mansion?
It's before the mansion, right before you enter.
Oh yeah. That bird.
I'm just looking through my notes about what I've experienced so far. Just like I said, the priest went on a giant rant about the Mandela effect, and that was just really funny. Because I played AI the Somni Files, and it just reminded me of that. I'm gonna mention my conspiracy.
Oh.
Chrono Trigger is the missing link between Earthbound and Live Alive and Undertale.
What the fuck?
Just no.
What?
Just stop. Stop talking.
I think it is the missing
No.
link.
No.
No.
Actually.
No,
That is
but
Look, I know you like to just try and connect everything. This makes no fucking sense.
The humor of Chrono Trigger is so close to the humor of Undertale.
No!
alright?
That's because
Yes!
Holy
No,
Fox likes
it's
Chrono
not.
Trigger. That does not mean they're the same goddamn universe.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying that the mental connection. It's like
That means
people
you
always
like them,
compare
so you lump them
Undertale
together
to
in your
Earthbound,
brain.
But there's a missing game people aren't comparing it to.
Yeah, because people didn't play Chrono Cross.
Or Chrono Trigger.
If you haven't played Chrono Trigger
I
yet,
think
you're wrong.
we can call this a game theory.
This podcast has just spiraled into nonsense.
This is about what I
Alright.
expected was going to happen, to be honest.
All right. Hold on. Let me look through my last notes here. All right. Let's see. There was a title drop at some point, which was certainly interesting, but I'm not going to say anything else because Sub hasn't gotten there yet.
I only recognize
And,
specifically the part where they call you the Assassin of Time, which is a badass title.
The Chrono Trigger.
Now, you
the
yourself being the
Chrono
Chrono Trigger
Trigger.
is interesting to anyone who played
Yeah.
Trigger.
And I mean, the name makes sense when you think about it. An assassin of time.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna come up and say the most unfortunate name I've ever seen in a game.
Oh god.
I'm gonna just spell it out, and I'll let you guess how I think it's pronounced. Direa.
Oh.
Gyra.
Diarrhea.
It's or it could be Durea. It's possible.
It's still not great,
No,
so.
it's not.
No.
I'm just trying to figure out how you could possibly save that, if anyway. But to be
Yeah,
fair,
no.
I've also lived through the man named Scrub. God.
Anyway, so I guess last tips: go find a Mexican wrestler priest and a cool medic lady.
Okay.
And if you don't,
Also-
suffer.
And also just an unexpected thing: bug people. There's bug people among the animal people. That's just not something you see too often.
Yeah, that is actually kind of uncommon when it comes to RPGs. That's a rare thing. Because I only think of,
Yeah.
oh god, Devora.
Unless it's bug fables, and everyone is a bug person.
Well, that's a different
Indeed. Or what's that one? Dark Souls.
I wouldn't know.
matter. Did we find the Dark Soul?
Silk Song.
Hollow Knight?
Oh. Alright. Does anyone else have anything else they want to add about Chrono Cross?
More of my thoughts will be more finalized as I get further in the game, probably.
Understandable. And we will
Yeah.
definitely be doing probably a part 2 for this so that we can actually talk about fully the game once we finish it. Because I'm very curious to see how our experiences are going to change and differentiate from each other as we progress. Because shifting
I wouldn't be
timelines
surprised
as a
if the
focus
five
is
of
a
us-
cool idea.
I wouldn't be
Oh,
surprised
yeah.
if the 5 of us each have something different that happened.
It's entirely
Oh,
possible.
yeah, I can imagine that.
I'm assuming we're all going to have a very different set of parties if we all collect enough of them.
Most likely.
Probably.
Though I am curious if the
Yeah,
story
likely.
progresses the same, more or less. Like, will we get to
I'm
the
assuming.
end point?
Oh, only one way to find out.
That is true.
I'm curious if anyone's going to choose after the mansion what there's a choice, and it's going to seem to have very different consequences.
Interesting.
Alright. That's it.
Yeah. I don't
All right,
think
see
I've
you for
encountered
part
that
1.
choice yet, but yeah, looks like we're done here, and hopefully we will see you guys back here for part 2 when we finish the game. Unless, of course, we decide that we want to spin the wheel prematurely to decide what game we're playing next. But we can wait.
Okay.
We'll wait for that.
We'll
Depends.
figure this out.
Well, I think we'll wait on that for now because that's a ways off. We still got a bit to go to get
Yeah.
to Chrono Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Later.
Adios.
Thank you guys so much for
Yeah.
watching, and we will tune in back next time for hopefully the rest of Chrono Cross. See you guys.